Hello again. I was in central London last night and happened to pass through Trafalgar Square. There are a few statues there that I like, for example, Admirals Jellicoe and Beatty. Beatty was, of course, the man who, at the Battle of Jutland in 1916, remarked irritably in the midst of the fighting, "There seemed to be something wrong with our bloody ships today." There are various other great Englishmen in the square, men like Napier and General Havelock, to say nothing, of course, of Nelson himself. There is also an empty plinth, which has for some years been used to display various modern statues, most of which are frightful. They have really hit rock bottom, though, with the latest one, which may be seen in the thumbnail to this video. The Mayor of London has the final say in which statues are shown on the empty plinth via his inaptly named culture team. It isn't clear in the photographs, but one of the figures on the plinth is very tall, a giant, and the other is only half the size, a pygmy in comparison. This is, of course, because the large figure is of a black man and the smaller one represents a white man. This is to celebrate the role which John Chilembwe from Malawi played in fighting against colonialism. What do you think Chilembwe's contribution to fighting against colonialism might have been? Well, he chose the opening year of the First World War to stage his rebellion, inviting the German forces in a neighbouring country to invade Malawi, or Nyasaland as it was then known. This was, of course, treason. To put such a statue there, just a few yards from those of Admiral Jellicoe, is an insult to everybody in England. What else did this person get up to? Well, he was a Christian preacher, but I'm by no means convinced that he fully understood the message conveyed in the Gospels. In January 1915, he urged the congregation at the church where he preached to join him in murdering as many white people as they could lay their hands on. In an attack on a farm, the white manager, William Jervis Livingstone, was stabbed to death in front of his wife and children and then decapitated. At the same time, 3 African workers on the farm were also murdered. Then, on January the 24th, John Chilembwe had the severed head set up in a prominent place in the church where he preached and told the congregation that they should go out and kill more people. I need hardly tell viewers that none of this awful story is actually told on the notice at the base of the statue. Nor did Sadiq Khan mention it when he was praising the statue and its creator. Sadiq Khan said, "I'm delighted that Samson Kabulu's inspiring sculpture has become the latest to take its place on the Fourth Plinth. Our world-renowned sculpture prize entertains, educates and inspires. Samson is shining a light on an often overlooked part of our country's history, and I'm sure it will encourage discussion about the fight for freedom and equality. As we continue to fight against racism and stand up for equality across our city and country, it is a message that remains just as important today." This really is a disgrace, to have the statue of a man who really belongs in the same category as those who killed and attempted to decapitate Lee Rigby almost a decade ago in the same place as that of a great man like Nelson. Almost unbelievably, the next statue due on this plinth, which will be placed there in 2024, promises to be even worse. It will consist of casts of the faces of over 800 transsexual prostitutes. I give links in the description to this video, both about this and about John Chilembwe.